this is not simply a sequence of meetings. It is the story of 25 years of gatherings, debates, and decisions that have shaped the course of our global community. Year after year, we have crossed borders, overcome challenges, and strengthened our network through our annual meetings. What began as a small effort in times of change has evolved into a legacy that continues to grow. It all started in 2005. For more than a decade, the Bristol Hotel was the heart of our annual meetings, year after year, in its elegant halls. The most prominent members of our network gathered to debate, plan, and build. The Bristol was more than just a hotel. It was the symbol of our continuity, the place where each decision marked a new chapter in our history. In those years, every meeting solidified what has now become a tradition. 7 regional meetings that we held in various countries. In Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela, actually Venezuela twice, Panama, Uruguay, Argentina. But it was in 2013 that our meetings took a leap into a new era. Santiago, Chile, witnessed our first meeting, documented in photographs and video recordings. We captured every detail, from moments of analysis to the most heated discussions. This was a milestone. For the first time, our gatherings left a physical imprint, one we could see and share. The images captured more than just work. They captured the bonds beginning to form between colleagues from around the world. After more than 10 years at the Bristol Hotel, it was time for a change. We moved to the Hotel Diplomatico in Mexico City. A new place, a different setting, but the same purpose, to gather and continue strengthening our network. That year, under the theme Globalization and Current Trends, our meetings evolved. The world was changing, and so were we. The discussions were no longer just technical. They touched on commercial tensions and the growing influence of new global powers. Then came 2019, the last meeting before the world radically changed. The 20th Annual Partners Conference was, without a doubt, the most spectacular of all. Attendance numbers broke records. Delegates from over 25 countries gathered in the grand halls of the Hotel Diplomatico, where we discussed the impact of globalization and the clash between Western economies and the rising influence of China. The discussions were deep, and the bonds between colleagues stronger than ever. The energy in the air was palpable. We knew change was coming, but we couldn't foresee what was ahead. 2020 was a year no one saw coming. The COVID-19 pandemic paralyzed the world, and our meetings, like everything else, were affected. No more grand halls or face-to-face gatherings. Instead, there were screens and digital connections. The 21st Annual Conference was held entirely digitally for the first time. A radical shift from our usual in-person meetings, but necessary in times of crisis. We had to adapt, and we did. Despite the challenges, the essence of the meetings remained intact. We knew the pause would be temporary. And then in 2022 came the Great Reset. After 2 years of uncertainty, the world started moving again, and so did our meetings. At the 23rd Annual Conference, although part of the event remained virtual, some of us gathered again at the Hotel Diplomatico. It was a reunion filled with hope but also reflection. We tackled issues on how to face the new post-pandemic reality, how to rebuild what we had lost, and how to adapt to new dynamics of global power. It wasn't a meeting like the ones before, but it was crucial in charting the way forward in this new era. Over these 25 years of meetings, we've seen exponential growth, not just in the number of participants, but in the depth of our discussions. Year after year, our meetings have borne witness to the major changes in the global landscape, and we've adapted our strategies accordingly. From international regulations to the complexities of operating across continents, We've faced all the challenges the world has thrown at us, and we're still here, stronger and more united than ever. Now, as we look to the future, we know the challenges are far from over. The world keeps changing, and our meetings will continue to be the space where we confront the biggest challenges. If there's one thing we've learned in these 25 years, it's that our capacity for adaptation is unbreakable. No matter how many unexpected turns the world takes, we will always find a way to stay united and move forward. So, dear colleagues, I invite you to keep writing this story, a story that began a quarter of a century ago, with these annual meetings and will continue shaping the course of our future for many years to come. Let us move forward, facing the future with the same boldness and determination. Because at the end of the day, these meetings aren't just gatherings. They are the foundation upon which we continue building our future year after year.
Salud.
Cheers!
Yo esto todo.
This is what I call the magic of UC&CS meetings.